The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Nelson Mandela. Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela was born on July 18, 1918, in Vizo, a small village in Umtata, part of South Africa's Cape Province. His father, Gadla Henry Mfakaniiswa, was a chief of the Thembu people, and his mother, Nosakini Fanny, was a member of the Thembu royal family. Mandela's upbringing was influenced by traditional tribal customs and the impact of British colonial rule. After his father's death in 1927, Mandela was sent to live with the regent of the Thembu, John Jintaba Dalindibo. It was here that Mandela began his formal education, attending local mission schools. His education was interrupted when he moved to Johannesburg to avoid an arranged marriage, a step that marked the beginning of his engagement with broader political issues. Mandela's involvement in the anti-apartheid movement began in earnest during his time at the University of Fort Hare, where he joined the African National Congress (ANC) Youth League. His activism continued as he moved to Johannesburg and worked as a lawyer. In 1944, Mandela co-founded the ANC Youth League, which played a key role in shaping the ANC's approach to fighting apartheid. Mandela's leadership was instrumental in organizing protests and advocating for the adoption of the ANC's more radical strategy, which included direct action and civil disobedience. His role in the Defiance Campaign of 1944, which aimed to challenge unjust laws, further solidified his position as a prominent anti-apartheid leader. Mandela's activism led to multiple arrests and trials. In 1961, he co-founded Umkhonto we Sizwe, MK, the armed wing of the ANC, which launched a campaign of sabotage against government installations. In 1962, Mandela was arrested and sentenced to 5 years in prison for inciting workers to strike and leaving the country illegally. In 1964, Mandela was sentenced to life imprisonment for his role in planning sabotage against the apartheid government. He spent 27 years in prison, primarily on Robben Island. Despite the harsh conditions, Mandela remained a symbol of resistance and hope for millions. His imprisonment became a global cause célèbre, drawing international attention to the struggle against apartheid. The end of apartheid was marked by intense negotiations between the South African government and anti-apartheid leaders, including Mandela. In 1990, following mounting domestic and international pressure, Nelson Mandela was released from prison. His release was a significant step toward ending apartheid and transitioning to a democratic South Africa. In 1994, South Africa held its first multiracial elections. Mandela's election as the country's first black president was a historic moment that signaled the official end of apartheid. His presidency represented a new era of reconciliation and nation-building, aimed at uniting a deeply divided society. Mandela's presidency was marked by his commitment to reconciliation and nation-building. He worked to dismantle the institutionalized racial barriers of apartheid and foster a spirit of unity among South Africans. His administration focused on addressing social and economic inequalities, establishing the Truth and Reconciliation Commission to address the injustices of apartheid, and promoting national healing. Mandela's presidency also involved significant international diplomacy and efforts to improve South Africa's global standing. He emphasized the importance of forgiveness and the need for collective effort to build a new democratic South Africa. After stepping down from the presidency in 1999, Mandela continued to be an influential figure in global and South African affairs. He devoted his later years to various causes, including HIV/AIDS awareness, peace advocacy, and charitable work through the Nelson Mandela Foundation. Mandela's post-presidential life was also marked by personal challenges, including health issues. He continued to speak out on social and political issues until his final years. Mandela's political ideology was rooted in his commitment to equality, justice, and human rights. He believed in a non-racial, democratic South Africa where all citizens, regardless of race, had equal rights and opportunities. Mandela's views were shaped by his experiences of oppression and his belief in the necessity of reconciliation and nation-building. Mandela was known for his humility, resilience, and ability to forgive. His personal charisma and leadership qualities earned him widespread respect and admiration. He was also a family man, with 3 marriages and several children. His second wife, Winnie Madikizela Mandela, was a prominent activist in her own right. Mandela's personal life was a blend of public and private struggles, reflecting his dedication to his cause and his commitment to his family. Nelson Mandela is widely regarded as one of the most significant figures of the 20th century. His legacy is celebrated globally as a symbol of resistance against oppression and a champion of human rights. He received numerous awards and honors, including the Nobel Peace Prize in 1993, which he shared with then South African President F.W. de Klerk. Mandela's impact extends beyond his political achievements. His life story is a powerful example of resilience, forgiveness, and the pursuit of justice. His legacy continues to inspire individuals and movements around the world, and his contributions to peace and equality remain a cornerstone of his enduring influence.